board entered executive session at 12:12 p.m. All board members were present, excluding Melinda Barton and Darren Slater. Guests Marion Martin, Jalen Falsall, and Sonia Williams were asked to remain, and executive session concluded at 12:31.
Any discussion or possible action regarding matters discussed in executive session?
No.
Treasurer's report, please, Mr. Holder.
Is this your intention of the share, additional share funding? The interim financial?
Let me see. Where?
Here. Was that your intention?
Yeah. That's it. Okay. So, Mr. Chairman, the treasurer's report. Jalen has provided me the ending balance of $11,140.68 after we have paid most all the bills, with the exception of the next payment to Crossland that is due after this meeting. And so we will hopefully pay that after the next part of it. We do have some bills that we are going to pay, and I would encourage everybody to come by and look at the bills that we have paid and that are on the docket to pay today. And if there's any questions about those, please see before we leave this meeting today. I would also ask that this board be open to entering into a $6 million line of credit with the Charles Morton Share Trust.
That's a different item.
Huh? Oh, okay, excuse me. I need a motion for that. I'll make that motion. No, I won't make that motion. Let somebody else make that motion.
Treasurer's report motion.
So move.
Thank you, Darrell.
Second.
Glass,
Yes.
Hood,
Yes.
Holder,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Hannaford.
Yes.
Discussion and possible action regarding the official name of the event center, Salt Fork Event Complex. Any discussion?
I didn't see where complex, it was always center, not complex. Hopefully they haven't started building the sign yet.
The reason for that was that gives, that you can start promoting it, and if it's the complex, it's the whole facility, so you still have naming rights on all the individual buildings.
You can't with the center.
I feel like center rolls off the tongue easier.
Okay,
But
and still name have the event center. I don't know, maybe it's just because that's what we've called it this whole time, was event center, is the actual main facility. You can name livestock area, name the arena, you can name the stalls, all of it, can you have naming rights?
I mean, I'm not against naming rights, but event center rolls off. But
That can be done.
Tomato, tomato. I don't know. I think you're right. You know, center does. We've talked about it being a center. I think of a center as being multiple places as well. Complex has a little more sophistication to it, I guess. I don't know whether I don't really care. What do you all think, Greg?
I mean, I'm okay with either.
Yeah. Mike?
Well, I'm okay with it if they haven't started making signs yet. 'Cause there's
Well, we have
possibility
plenty of
they already
time.
have. I mean, you guys basically told me to put up a name, and I put up a name, and I don't know what they've done with it so far.
Maybe we should check.
And what's the name?
Salt Fork Event Center. So we talked about the committee.
So we need to table this, or?
I would say I would make a motion with that amendment.
Your wheels are turning.
Well, I mean, you know,
Because it does.
I agree with Greg. I mean, it was, we came up with the name because we were told for us just to come up with the name, which we did. And they may have built it already. We don't know. So until we find out, I'd say I'd make a motion to table this until next time. Until we find out if they've.
Make a motion that we table the name of the
Yeah,
event
they-
center until we know for sure where we're at.
I'll second.
Glass.
Yes.
Hud, sorry.
Yes.
Holder,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Hannaford.
Yes.
Discussion, possible action on interim financing for the arena.
Now.
Holder.
So I would, we'd like to enter into an agreement with Charles Merck Share Trust for another $6 million line of credit. Terms exactly like the $6 million that we've already had until we can sell the rest of the bonds. There's one small caveat with that, and it was in this original agreement as well. Remember, we talked about using $6 million of that as sub-debt from this board that we will issue back to coincide with the double tax exempt bonds that are to be purchased. This debt would be the same note terms and notes, but would be paid back from the proceeds of the bond back to Share Trust. So that $6 million that's going to turn into sub-debt will be paid along with the bonds and the interest according to the bond indenture. This loan would be paid off with interest at the funding of the bonds. So this would not be additional money that would be not paid back immediately. It's not term money, it's interim money until the bonds are sold. That document is being drafted as we speak. It will be just exactly like it. I was hoping to have that document back before this meeting. I haven't got it back yet from the attorneys. Do you have any questions? Anybody have any questions? So I'd like to make a motion that if there's no questions, that we enter into that agreement. The agreement can be circulated via email, and I will have a copy in my hands before it's signed so that everybody can initial off on it so that there won't be any question about that. I don't want you to approve something that hasn't been looked at by your eyes. But I do need the motion to go forward because once I get those, we won't have another meeting prior to when we'll need to advance on that note to make the cross-loan payment. Clear as mud? Question?
I'll second that.
Okay. Not the clear as mud side part.
Glass,
Yes.
Hud,
Yes.
Holder,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Hannaford.
Yes.
Discussion, possible action regarding arena, livestock, equipment, and panels. Mike?
I'd make a motion to approve the payment and sign the agreement. Approve the amount and sign the agreement and send it back.
Second.
Glass,
Yes.
Hud,
Yes.
Holder,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Hannaford.
Yes.
Who has a copy of the agreement?
Hmm?
Who has the copy of the agreement?
Mike does. His motions go much faster than mine do.
Any subcommittee updates, discussions?
So I'll give a little bit of an update on the Management Operation Committee. So we had a meeting, Melinda and Sonia and I were at a meeting a couple of weeks ago and had a turnout during that super cold weather, and we had some really, really good discussion. We're going to have another one on the 13th at the Tech Center of an evening to have some more talks about it. There was really good discussion about an open-ended opportunity of what we need to do, what the events that we need to be looking for, the operations manager, how that would look and how it would go. So it's a work in progress, but it's moving forward, Mr. Chairman. Funding committee, I can give that report as well. So the bond sales are going good. We have 3 to 4 investors that are actively looking at buying the bonds. We're still in the stages of, in talks with everybody's attorneys, being everybody square with what's going to go on, and the actual document itself and what that looks like. But the negotiations are going well. The bond market's moving in our favor for hopefully a little bit lesser interest rate, so we're moving forward. That's all I have at this time.
Assuming there's no action regarding the subcommittee reports,
No action for me.
and a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Glass,
Yes.
Hood,
Yes.
Holder,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Hannaford,
Yes.